Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Talk About Sex with Sandy. Of course, I'm Sandy, if you haven't seen me around already. And today we are sitting outside in this glorious, glorious day. This is my backyard, so I just I like to do this kind of at my home. It's a little bit more personal that way, and you get to see a little bit about what I do. I'm an avid gardener, and it's just such a passion project for me, and it really is a project because it's huge. Anyway, enough about me. From a personal perspective, what is it that I do? For those who don't know me, I'm a sex and hormone specialist. So what does that mean? It means I'm a holistic nutritionist by training, and I help men and women who are struggling with their hormones, predominantly sex hormones and stress hormones. So when your cortisol level is out of whack, it can really have a big impact on you. It can have a huge impact on your sex life. If your testosterone, your DHEA, your progesterone, your estrogen, these are all sex hormones. And when they're out of whack, you can have a low libido, you can have no libido. It affects different people in different ways. And so does medication. So I help people kind of get everything in balance. I use nutrition, supplementation, lifestyle changes, essential oils, and yes, even sex toys. So that's a little bit about what I do. Today's topic, I was originally going to do something on the health benefits of sex and orgasms. And then yesterday, for anybody who follows me, you know that I will often come up with something will come up, and I take it as a sign that this is what it is that I'm supposed to talk about instead of, making plans ahead of time. So yesterday, one of my Facebook memories came up, and it was about why do we settle for the norm? Okay, so what I mean by that, why is it that we settle for the fact that, okay, we're stressed out, it's a given? It doesn't have to be. There's ways of managing it. There's ways of not giving into it. Yes, we're outside, so you're going to have some outdoor noises. Sorry. But you can do a lot of proactive things to help manage stress a lot better than just kind of accepting the fact that, you're tired and you're stressed and you have no joie de vivre. And because of the amount of stress that you're under, you have no libido. And it doesn't have to be that way. Just because you're a certain age doesn't mean that you have to, be getting sluggish, that you are less flexible, that you're less capable, you're less strong. I see people all the time who are in their 80s, 90s, over 100, and they're running, they're weightlifting, they're doing all these things. They're vibrant people. And that's the way it should be. We're not we're not built to just get by, to just exist. We're here to thrive and to make a difference in the world and to make a difference in people's lives. And whether it's I shouldn't say just, whether it's a mom who raises amazing kids, she's doing the world such a huge service. Whether it's, a neurosurgeon who makes groundbreaking discoveries into how the brain works, that's amazing. That's going to change the world. And it can be as simple as the people who are kind to other people, because we seem to have lost that ability to be kind, first of all, to ourselves, and I'm just as guilty sometimes. And I'm far more likely to be kind to a stranger than I am to myself sometimes. I try not to let myself get into that mindset, but it happens because I'm human. But the important thing is not to stay there. And yes, there are all kinds of reasons why people do the things that they do, why they allow things to kind of get the better of them and get swallowed up into certain mindsets. Because you know what? I've struggled with the same damn thing, guys. I understand. I understand how hard it is to struggle to, lose weight, to get fit, to stay into good routines, to eat healthy all the time. There's a lot of things that it's easy to slip into those comfortable patterns, but I encourage you not to do that. I've been part of, for anyone who knows anything about, kind of the 5 a.m. club and Robin Sharma and that whole movement, I guess. I've been getting up at 5 a.m. for years. I don't always do it, but I do it most of the time. And that came from a lot of the reasons why I do that is because I commuted downtown for many, many, many years. So I had to get up at 5. And then when I started working out, I was getting up at 4. I do not recommend the 4 a.m. club, I will be honest. It's a tough club. It's a really, really tough club to belong to. 5 a.m., not so bad. So what can you do to have a better life? You know what? It's as simple as drink lots of clear, clean water, filtered water. Stay away from tap water. It's got so much crap in it. It's more than just chlorine. It's that with all the shit that goes into our systems, I highly encourage you to drink alkaline water. That's going to help your system become more alkaline because we tend to throw a lot of acidic stuff at it. Grains are acidic. Meat, yes, meat is acidic. I'm a huge carnivore, so I tend to balance it with lots of vegetables, lots of alkaline water, that type of thing. You don't have to make this overwhelming. So drink lots of water. So the general guideline is 1 liter for every 50 pounds of body weight. If you are in a really physical environment, so if you're working out a lot, if you work outside in the summer, if you are sweating a lot, then you need to increase your water intake. Sleep. Okay, I'm going to harp on this. Sleep, 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 please. It is the best healer that we have in our arsenal. So when you feel like you're starting to come down with something, and I don't sound quite myself today because I'm actually getting over a cold, and I let myself go. I pushed myself, and it was stupid. It's not like I was doing productive stuff. It's just I was too busy sitting there watching TV, too late at night, and then I was getting up at 5 and working out. I don't recommend that. It's like, get your butt to bed at a reasonable hour. Everybody's a little bit different. I recommend 7-8 hours. It seems to be the most effective. Some people can go on 6, but I don't really recommend it, but everybody's different. So as long as you're feeling rested and you're healthy and your immune system's strong, go with what works for you, but do not go under 6 hours, please. Try to make sure that you're getting a solid night's sleep and not a really broken night. There's things like melatonin, magnesium. There's some people need GABA. Some people can use valerian. There's combination products, and there's all kinds of options for you. So don't let not being able to sleep interfere with your health and with your life. Eat your greens, please. Lots and lots of greens. And if you're not one to eat greens, then take a good quality green supplement. NACA makes a really good one called Vital Greens, but there's a lot of green supplements you can either add to your smoothie. You can mix up in some water, although those are kind of like, I don't know about those. I personally prefer the Vital Greens just because they're so easy to take. And they don't, you just use them with a little bit of water. It's already in a liquid form, and then add a little bit of water to it. It's got a nice little minty taste. Shoot it down, boom, done. Any of these things that I'm recommending, I do not get any compensation for. This is not what it's all about. I'm just giving you some options. And then whether you're vegan or keto or paleo or an omnivore or whatever, some general guidelines. Please stay away from the refined sugar as much as possible. Stay away from your refined grains, processed foods, fast foods. These are all really just simple, straightforward things that I don't really believe in personally. I'm not a huge fan on following a diet super strictly. I mean, I'm paleo-ish. I tend to eat mostly meat and vegetables, but I also eat quinoa. I also eat legumes. I do brown rice. So that's the kind of thing that I mean. It's like, because when you severely restrict what you're eating, and then you do have something that is, say you go off of the plan, because a lot of these really restrictive diets are really, really hard to sustain, and your body will eventually revolt, or your brain will, one of the two. So, and then it's really hard for your body to process these foods that you've stayed away from for so long. So I highly encourage you to take a more moderate stance on things if you don't have any problems. So there's all kinds of things that you can do. And guys, your sex life. Oh my God, you had to know I was going to go there eventually, right? Just because you're a certain age, and whether it's 20 or 90, you need to enjoy your sex life. Have great orgasms. Enjoy your time with your partner, or by yourself with a toy, or not. I mean, manual masturbation is fantastic. It gives you the same benefits. I'm impatient, so I tend to use I tend to use toys more than my fingers. But it's like, do whatever works for you. But please, don't give up on sex. Just because you're on medication, you're of a certain age, you have, whether it's fibro or chronic fatigue or diabetes or any other kind of condition, please don't give up on a great sex life, because that great sex life is going to help you with a stronger immune system. It's going to help you with stronger health. It's going to help you with mindset. Oh my God, the dopamine that gets released with an orgasm is amazing. Have you ever noticed, you can kind of tell sometimes people who are getting it on a regular basis because they just seem to have such a great attitude. And regardless of, and I'm just talking orgasms, I'm not talking about like with the partner, with whatever, it's just orgasms in general are so amazing for you. So please, regardless of how old you are, I don't care if you're 20 or 90, keep having sex. Ladies, having sex, having intercourse especially, but even if it's just having orgasms through clitoral stimulation, it's going to help you stay juicy if you're having trouble in that respect. Because maybe, let's face it, the older we get, the less estrogen we're producing. And yeah, vaginas do dry out. So here's the thing. Take vitamin E orally. So capsules, I take 400 a day. And it does make a big difference. Get yourself a good lube. Something that's water-based. Please don't use cooking oils or any kind of oil in your vagina. It's going to wreck your toys. It's going to wreck condoms. And most importantly, it's going to wreck the pH of your vagina. You don't want to mess with that. Please, 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 please. Regardless of what some of these... There's this, especially in the essential oils, and yes, I do sell essential oils, and I love them, and I think they're amazing, but there's no way in hell that an essential oil or a carrier oil is going to end up in this vagina. So there's too many negatives about it, and I don't want to see you start having UTIs and start having yeast infections and start having issues with your vaginal health. I'm here to help you avoid that. So that's kind of the purpose of my little chat, rant, show, whatever you want to call it. I just really want to encourage you to never give up, to do the things that may be a little uncomfortable right now. So if you're uncomfortable drinking a lot of water because, oh my God, I gotta pee every 5 minutes, get used to it. Your body will adapt and it'll get used to the extra fluids and you won't be just flushing it out. Get a good amount of sleep. You may feel like you're wasting time, you're not. You're investing in your health. Take the time, even if, and especially with the cooler weather on its way shortly, but take some time on the weekend or whatever day works for you during the week. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a more flexible schedule, take 2 or 3 hours out, cook up whatever, batch cook stuff, cut up vegetables, batch cook things like quinoa and rice and that kind of thing, where you can do a batch cook so that it's ready to go, so that during the week you're not fussing. So what I tend to do, I have my meat, I have my vegetables, and I have my the odd grain, but it's not I'm gluten free because I'm intolerant. So it's basically quinoa and rice, and sometimes pasta. But I have them, I throw them all together in a pan with some spices, a little pasta sauce, all kinds of things. There's all kinds of ways that you can make life so much easier for yourself. I have an insane garden that desperately needs to be harvested right now. So I have a ton of kale, and a lot of the kale has gotten too big, so it's too tough to eat raw. So what I did already was I took a whole whack of it, cleaned it, chopped it up really fine, threw it in freezer bags, threw it in the freezer, and now whenever I do one of my one-pot meals, I just grab a couple of handfuls of the kale, throw them in, boof, you've got your greens, they're cooked, so you don't have to worry about the goitrogens, and away you go. So I do have a pile of recipes on my website, which is steppingstoneswellness.com, and it's under recipes. So, take a look. See, my recipes are simple, straightforward, very few ingredients, not time consuming at all. And I'm going to head out and enjoy the rest of this day. I hope you get out. The other thing that I also encourage you to do is move. Movement is so, so, so important, and not just sex, although that's my favorite form of exercise, but walking. Just about anybody can walk. All you need is a decent pair of running shoes. Get outside, go for a walk, stay moving, stay active. That's one of the biggest things that's going to help with your longevity. So anyway, that's it for me for today. Love you guys. And just to let you know, I do offer a free 30-minute chat with Sandy via phone, or even I'll grab a coffee with you if you're in Ajax, if it works out for our timing. And we can talk about how I can help you improve your life, and especially your sex life. But even if you're just having hormonal issues, having stress issues, I do a lot of work in that as well. So those are kind of my main focuses. So love you guys. Mwah. Have an awesome day. Bye.